Hello you guys, how are you doing? Just checking the sound is on. That's good. We will not be making that mistake again. I will do just a video here, quick roundabout, just diving into different things here. Just gonna look at silver, obviously, gold, platinum, the gold silver ratio. I'm gonna show you something what I think personally is truly a moment to behold when that happens. If you think you've seen the moves in the minors, when that breaks, you ain't seen nothing yet in my view. Little bit of oil. We're gonna do some rhodium. Just a quick roundabout, just checking in on things. Before we do that, here I just made a post: top 3 uranium, gold, silver stocks, and platinum. But again, what I wanted to basically say here is that again, type in your top 3 holdings in values, in size, right? In gold and silver, uranium, and platinum, palladium, rhodium. So 3 categories, right? Then I will see which one, is held the most by you guys, and then we'll do a video, right? I think that could be a really cool idea to see. Again, remember to do all. I want all 3 of your gold and silver stocks. If you have gold and silver, I want to have the highest uranium, the highest in the white metals, right? So we get 9 stocks. That would be perfect. So cool. But 3 of each would be perfect. 3 of each, right? It could be that no, never mind. Good. So do that, please, and I will also do the sub chart requests this weekend. Here it will be out. Many people has already been showing interest, so that is really darn cool. I think we should look at silver first, because silver is very interesting to me here. You know the deal? To me, looking at like a 15-minute chart here, or 2-hour chart at this moment on silver, where we're basically, hitting the 48. This is so interesting. We have a little bit of, again, yesterday or 2 days ago, we talked about, hey, this looks like a head and shoulder, right? And that could be the outcome of that, which would be totally fine. For now, we don't have that. We're, again, rallying all the way back to the highs here. So very interestingly, spot price closed at 47.99. 48 is important, right? We could still be in the camp. Sometimes we get a double-headed head and shoulder, still still totally valid to happen. And we also have a broadening structure here. Again, I could watch this all day, really. I would much rather sit here, look at the formation here where we are now. So we shall see which way it goes, right? Again, long term we don't care, but it is again interesting here when we hit such an important level, $48.50 silver. That is truly outstanding, truly amazing. So let's see here again. We're getting into that zone. Very interesting. Again, I want to emphasize again, we could see that 10-15% pullback here in silver, which will also hit silver miners. But again, personally, I'm not going to do anything. If we get good setups on the pullback, we buy into that, adding to our position because we have a longer-term picture. And again, looking at the gold-silver ratio here in a moment, you can see why we don't want to play it cute, try to time things, short term to gain a little bit here and there. No, we don't want that. So this is the daily candle sitting there, right above the uptrend. So as long as we hold that, it is actually with higher conviction that we're gonna go higher. So we need to drop below roughly 46, then we get back into the to the blue channel, and then we lose the cluster. So 46 and above, and it's all fine. But it is very interesting, right? It's really interesting here to see. We also have, again, I just want to show you momentum. We do this, sorry. So this is the daily momentum. Ooh. We talked about it here, remember? We said, well, if we break that red one, silver's gonna smash it, and so it did. So it did. Again, we have a little bit of resistance here at the highs of the prior high. You can see that, but ultimately whenever you break these momentum structures, they have to be really clean, at least for me, to use a cluster or like a formation in momentum. But this one here was just perfect. Speaking of, wait to see the gold and silver. So yeah, silver here hitting on the door to heaven, right? If we break 50, which I am very, very confidently think that we will, it's just a matter of time. Again, we're hitting it for the third time now. Do we get a little wobble here? If so, bring it. Then I can buy hopefully one or two stocks that has a good setup on the pullback. We're still in here a 5-year really clean uptrend, really, really clean. Look at that. Ooh, remember 26? Boom, right? So I still personally think that once we break whatever is gonna happen here for the next quarter, that when we break, it will be a move to 60, 66, maybe even 67, 76, where we actually have a double resistance, major resistance target that I don't have on here. So yeah, I love silver. Man, what a time to be a part of this. It's incredible. And we haven't seen anything yet, by the way. That's my view. Gold long term, and this is very, very, very long term. The uptrend fully intact, right? The red uptrend, in my view, very clean. I like it. And again, we had some cup and handle, which was like 15 years long. And we said once we break roughly 2,100, to be more precise, 2,075, then we're going to trigger a major bull run, which we did, because we are now knocking on 4K. 4K. Amazing. Truly amazing. From a Fibonacci extension point of view, right, we have this one here. Again, this is the like an 8-year structure, the move up. And then we have the 100% measured move was here, and then we have the big 1.618. Again, this is typically how it goes. I say typically, right? And then you do that, right? Something like that for that move. But overall, we have a huge magnet up here, right? The big red and double extension targets, right? Because we also have one going from here to here, right? And then you measure. So again here, I think in April 2025, roughly, we are between, let's say, 7 and 8K for gold. Again, timing wise, I hate to do it, but that is like I see, this magnet up here, right? Whatever's gonna happen, something like that. Cool. Gold short term, are we interested? Yes and no. You can see here we are clearly after the breakout there, boom, rally higher. Your the short-term target from this is what we have here. So you can see we're getting close to that 4K level. I think we will overshoot to 4,150, and then we see what happens, right? Again, these are just targets. They can easily be overrun and all that. So gold looks good, and now the main attraction, I think, for this video here, that is the gold-silver ratio. As you know, when this ratio comes down, and I mean when it comes really down, the mining sector is gonna absolutely be the best performing asset you basically have, right? This was back here. This is back in 2010. You had, I think, a half a year of silver blasting to the upside, gold doing well, the mining sector crushing everything. And this here again, to me, this channel here is the only thing that matters. Absolute only thing that matters. Because we're now hitting for the third time. Again, we could get that little wobble like we talked about on silver, where silver will drop more than gold and you will have a little bounce here in the ratio. Totally fine, by the way. But when we break it, first target here is the triangle low, but ultimately the 100% measured move, which is roughly at 50. Meaning, when we break the rail, which could happen, within a few weeks or months, we will see silver do 40% outperformance in compared to gold. And in that period, what we have seen now in gains from the miners will be nothing compared to what happens when that happens. absolutely outstanding. More so the smaller guys or the mid-tier guys, they will do tremendously well. So again, this is what everyone is looking at, but we also look at momentum, right? We look at momentum. So this is weekly momentum, and you can see here again how important that is. We're very close. We're very, very close to a breakdown from the 5-year momentum on the weekly time frame. Just like we saw on silver when it broke to the upside, we had a quick ramp. We will see the same thing here. We're going to go down to the lows here very quickly. Again, meaning that the price is falling away from the 200 weekly very fast. And that is where you get the collapse in this case, at least the start of it. So yeah, when that happens, boys and girls, we are positioned for something outstanding. And it will not only be in gold and silver, it will be in platinum miners, it will be in uranium, steel, iron, what have you. You know, that is when things go truly bananas. The daily momentum, similar. You can see here we are basically sitting there as well. So you will have daily and weekly momentum breaking down. Monthly, how is that looking? Oh, we don't have that much data. That's fine. Maybe if we do this, we get some. We even have, wow, we even have monthly breakdown. Even though we're still in the green, you're still breaking the 15-year. And depending on how you draw this, you could do this instead and make a double rail. But anyway, we are also breaking some monthly. So that node, daily, weekly, you can also call it monthly. When you break down from that ratio, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna be very, very happy at that moment in time, and we're gonna go down to 50 in the ratio, right? Then we will probably see some sort of bounce to the upside again, in order to go even further down. So the next 4 or 5 years for miners will have something truly amazing going on. Really, I can't wait personally. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. Oil here had a little bit of hope right here, right? We talked about it. Yay, we might have something going. And then we again went down. So we're now open up again for actually see that 55 and below for crude. But let's see again. It seems like it is aiming for that third low, right? It seems like it. We could also be still going on like this, and then you make not a low, but you have the wave to the side, and then you go higher. So we are still on oil watch, 100%. I think 2026 for oil is going to be amazing. I think these stocks, when oil gets going, they're going to be do tremendously well. So I hope they wait a bit, because I would love to sell or take some profit from gold miners, maybe uranium, and put it into these great breakout moments in those stocks. That would be amazing. Momentum, which we talked about, I think it was the daily, wasn't it? I can't. Was it the daily or the weekly? Daily. Anyway, I think we have to go. I have to find that. I think it was the daily, right? Wasn't it? No, weekly, daily. Sorry, guys, I'm just checking. I'll have to get back to you on that. I can't remember, because we had a momentum breakout in oil that has reversed quite a bit. I'll find that afterwards. Good. Shall we do Bitcoin actually sitting at all-time highs? Right? Getting a little bit of a rejection up here again. You can see sellers coming in. So that was a huge move it did last week, from 110 to basically 122. That is, again, really, really, it was very needed for Bitcoin to hold that, because it cannot lose that uptrend. When it does, it's a game over. So now we have here potentially, right, a breakout here in October to the upside for Bitcoin. Risk on, right? And we have also seen gold and silver outperform that here lately. So if Bitcoin does that, you could argue that silver and gold will outperform that. Even more so silver, by the Palladium, what have you gotten for me? Not a whole lot happening here. We're still extremely bullish on Palladium. Big bottom here, right? We talked about that. We had a big break of the downtrend here, breakout back test, what could happen here is that this potential flag here turns into that. If that happens, that breakout will be the first continuation breakout after a huge bottom slash a downtrend, right? Downtrend, bottom, and then we have the first setup to go long. Not buying a bottom breakout, but you're buying continuation breakout. So platinum there. Palladium is setting up for something good here. It just depends on how long time it needs, right? But for now, we have our structure is like this. Bull flag, immature, yes. Breakout, and then we backtest now, so we are flagging just above here. So we could be in for something like that. That is my view at the moment. But as said, I wouldn't be surprised to see this bull flag here, you know, break and not work anymore, and then we have our wedge. So I could easily see that also. But we are setting up for something here for palladium. Platinum, yeah, it's all good, I think, right? We have the same kind of flag here, breaking out, just blasting to the upside. We could actually do some extensions now, depending if you want to take the lowest point or that point there. We will take the lowest. We might have something going on now where the 100% measured move is 2,200 and the big 1.618 is 3K. So platinum here is also the best performing, one of the best performing sectors for 2025. It's up 30%, 80%. 80, right? We're happily camping now with our platinum investments, physical and the miners. We're sitting pleased. We do nothing. I haven't done anything in platinum basically since we broke out from that one there. Meaning, bought the miners. We have our physical. We're set. We're not going to do much. Not for now, at least. Rhodium, weekly. The same thing applies. We talked about it last week. I'm not going to dive into it a whole lot here. Again, breaking out, bull flag there, breaking out, going higher. Could we be at some sort of local top here with the 3 impulses here, and then we stall? Yeah, absolutely. But we don't care. We know it's going to come. We are a happy camper here, just sitting tight, doing absolutely nothing, right? Should we check? Yes, we should check. SILJ here. The wedge. I haven't seen it. Oh, you can see here. Okay, cool. So we had that little short-term wedge, which we talked about Wednesday, and then Thursday, boom, breakout, and now we're again back testing the wedge here. You can see that if we zoom in here, back test, and now we're forming what seems like a bull flag. So again, here short-term, we might have October be, maybe 2 weeks to 4 weeks where we don't do a whole lot other than consolidate and having, the moving averages catch up in order to go again. So yeah, let's see what happens. It all depends on what silver does here at the 45.50. GDX had a huge reversal candle Tuesday, broke the wedge, still sitting. So you can see the candle here on the daily, right? That candle right now is the main driver, right? So we shall see what forms, but long term, oh yeah. Uranium, good. I'm not going to dive into that. Hydrogen. Remember we talked about hydrogen? Ooh, holy bananas, right? We've been given so much, really. It's cool. I played the ETF. Not the biggest position, but still very pleased. We had some internal breakage along the way. We had the big one, which was the head and shoulder. We target just north of 70 here. And this one we talked about, this could actually be a bigger head and shoulder, but no, that wasn't the case. So yeah, we're very pleased with that. Volume is good. I like it there. Let's do EWC for the last one here. Ooh, that is cool. I'm just waiting to break that 31.32 here. Then we trigger, in my view, one of the best dividend plays for 5-10 years. With upside from roughly 30, 32 into 100 and above over 5-10 years. and you're getting paid, you know, 5% at this moment in time. So I'm a huge fan of EWC here. I'm gonna buy with my kids. You know, we have this what's it called? Investments for the kids that you can do and invest. I'm gonna put a lot of that into that. I have my own stuff that I will do. I have some company stuff. I have a lot of stuff that I just want to blast into that one there. That one is going to be good. That's one is going to be really, really good. That's lastly here, actually, SEE. Yeah, I want to check the... can we find it here? No? No, that's not it. Is it at the bottom? We have the SSE, right? The Chinese guys. China, where are you? I can't find it here, I think. No, that will be for our next video, I guess. I don't have it here. Not in this format anyway. But nothing more, guys. Interesting close for silver, just below 48. Isn't it funny, right? That they managed to do 1 cent below. They know exactly how important that level is. Right? They know exactly how important 48 is. This one here, Monday. Right, if we start to break down from the blue, then we see lower prices. Then we see what happens. But it is wild. And again, I could sit and watch just the 15-minute, time frame, looking at it every day right now. It's very interesting. Cool, guys. Nothing more. 20 minutes, and then I will do another video here now. Cheers. Bye.